Jersey Brown went back to the screen, and with 2 outs, the Beavers again runners at second and third for the second time in 4 innings. And it's 2-2 on Kai Williams. Fouls that one back. Paredes at third and Susag at second. Pops that one up. Taking ones that might be coming out of the strike zone, but Kai's not taking any chances. And Jersey Brown's going to go out and talk to Danny Ferris and say, you know, she's not taking any chances. I heard the guy say so. Meanwhile, Kai's alone with their thoughts and decided not to take any chances. So it's all working out. Brown and Ferris conclude. Imagine they've had several conversations over the course of the season. 42 games, which Ferris has pitched a great number of them, 24 decisions. So we'll do it again at 2-2 with Kai Williams at the plate. Pops it up right side. That's going to get out of play. Stones McCoy tries to go make the play, and he was reasonably close, although he was more concerned with trying to look good than make the play, and so he did not make the play. He's saying he missed it by that much. No, he did not. We'll go back to the drama between Williams and Ferris. Sharply hit but foul down the third base line. That one would have been trouble. This guy really connected with that one, but it was a little too premature, and she ripped it down the line past the 49er dugout. Retrieved out there by Cheyenne Lamar, and now we're ready to go again at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Susag second, Paredes third. Williams steps out as Ferris was taking her time. Kai really getting the Beaver fans going here at Camp Yuba. Good contingent of them making the trip up from the Sacramento metro area. Hit sharply out to shortstop. Golightly has it over to first. It's a high throw, and he gets away. Run scores. Paredes is in. Susag waited, and she's going to round third. She's going to try to, I think it might be out of play. Let's see if it was. Well, Paredes is going to score. Susag waited until the throw went out of play, and so Susag will score as well. Williams will end up at second. It's an error on the shortstop, no RBI, but that's not the point. As the Beavers get 2 runs on the high throw, Williams, what an at bat, keeping it alive, and then getting the misplay by the infield for the 49ers. And now it's 2-0, and here is Kaylee Hunt. Hunt takes a strike. Williams really earning those bases. Kaylee struck out back in the second inning. Tries to lift one down the third base line. Giving chase is Tinoco, but it's on top of the dugout. And it'll be quickly 0-2. So Williams stayed alive, put the ball in play. Miscue by the 49ers have given the Beavers the lead. First 2 runs of the game cross the plate here in the top of the 4th with Paredes and Susag doing the honors. 0-2 now on Kaylee Hunt. She takes that one high as Williams coming off second very aggressively, but has to return. Hunt swings and fouls it off. Trying to do a little slapping with 2 strikes. Susag scored her 8th run of the season. Paredes her 36th run of the year. And we are 0-2 on Hunt. Swings and misses, and that's strike 3. Beavers scored twice on a couple of hits and an error by the 49ers. We go to the bottom of inning number 4. ARC on top, 2-0.
Here at Super Taco, we specialize in authentic Mexican food. One of the reasons we are different from other places is that we make everything from scratch. You get a great value when you come here, large portions and quality food. Our most popular dishes are many different kind of tacos. We have giant burritos, different kinds of enchiladas, and the fajita. If you're ready for real Mexican food, stop in at a Super Taco. We'd love to see you.
Pass flung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 86, the off-speeder. Bruno strikes out the side. Potters get the win 8-5. He's going to look that way. Now he's going to duck down the middle. He's got a guy wide open at the 18 kid. That's Robert Freeman. And Robert's trying to make a couple of moves. He comes back to the 15. Comes down to the 10. He gets a block to the 5. Bottom of inning number 4 from Camp Yuba. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the Engineer and Stones McCoy lurking around somewhere. Beavers lead at 2-0. Alyssa Pope, Jersey Brown, and Danny Ferris 2, 3, and 4 against Lipinski. And as we're trying, if you're a Beaver fan, you're looking for that shutdown inning that Stones McCoy always talks about. When your team gets on the board, you try to shut the other team down in that next half inning and make it hurt just a little bit more. It's going to be tough. 2, 3, and 4 as Pope takes a strike. She took a walk the first time up, did Alyssa Pope, the second baseman, hitting at .256 on the year with 12 RBI and 24 runs scored. Takes that one just a little bit outside. Jennifer Wiley gave the target outside, and Felicia Lipinski hit it perfectly. And the umpire says, well, thanks for doing my job for me. That's outside. 1-1. That one misses outside and low, so Pope ahead in the count 2-1. Lipinski with 5 strikeouts in 3 innings. That's slice foul over toward the Beavers dugout, and it'll even it up at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, leading off the bottom of inning number 4. That is ball 3. Beaver fans thought it was a strike, and the 49er fans thought it was a ball, and 49er fans are in. But that time he said, yeah, you're right. He's going to throw it in and put that one back in his pocket. Or I suspect he'll use it later when nobody's watching and get it back in the game. 1-1 on Brown. Good-looking pitch outside, 2-1. We are not exactly behind home plate, so my good-looking pitch may be a little bit off. Up here in the corner of the bleachers under the nice pop-up tent that Stones constructed. I guess Riley helped too. Brown hits it sharply out towards shortstop. Nice play, Haynes. She's not going to have time to first. She got her by a step. Savannah Haynes with an excellent play on a well-hit ball by Brown. Haynes went to her left, got it at the last moment, came up throwing, and Brown got down the line pretty quickly, but the Beavers beat her by a step, and it's 2 outs here with Danny Ferris coming to the plate. The pitcher at .457 with 10 home runs and 50 runs batted in. Struck out back in inning number 1, so she's 0 for 1 in this one. Drove in 6 runs in the win over Santa Rosa last weekend. Pops it up down the right field line, out of play. 0-1 on Danny Ferris, the NorCal Pitcher of the Year. I don't know how she wasn't Player of the Year with these numbers. .457, 10 home runs, and 23 wins on the mound. But there's a lot of deserving players, so there you go. Took something off that one, a swing and a miss. Lipinski herself had a tremendous season, over .380, and 19 wins on the season for the freshman. 0-2 quickly on Ferris. Going outside, trying to get Ferris to go after that one. She does not, and then takes a vicious practice swing, which scared me. course, if I took a practice swing that hard, I would be on the shelf for about 2 weeks. Hit line drive, missed the umpire, and went foul. And I think the first one is more important. Theodoro has to collect it down in the left field corner, and we'll do it again. Add 1 ball and 2 strikes against Danny Ferris, the sophomore. Imagine we'll be seeing her play somewhere next season. One, 2 from Lipinski. Check swing, just misses, 2-2. Oh, should mention that the public address announcer's name is Ken. I always got to get that in there. Some of our best friends are public address announcers. 2-2 pitch, and it misses outside, 3-2. Got to be careful as well as Ferris because Aaliyah Tinoco, who's in the on-deck circle, has 7 home runs of her own this season. And Ferris has worked at the 3-2. Popped up, but that's going to get out of play right by us. Oh, right behind us. I didn't see Stones going out to make the play. He's down in the bat cave right behind the bleachers under a very nice ARC pop-up tent that Coach Delgado gave him because he's her favorite. 3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled and can't hold on Wiley. She throws it to first base, but it's a foul ball. So it's a good try by the catcher. Trying to, maybe reconsider. Maybe it was a swing and a miss, but no, the umpire right on that one. He was wise to that. He's seen it all. Seen all the scams in his time. We'll do it again with 3-2 on Ferris. Ball 4. Second walk issued by Lipinski, and it brings up the dangerous Aaliyah Tinoco. Struck out looking her first time, but she has 7 home runs on the season and a .448 batting average. She'll step in here with Ferris at first base. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Tinoco lines it to left field. That's a base hit. Theodoro comes up, scooping it, makes the play. First hit of the game for the 49ers is a solid single by Tinoco. With 2 on and 2 out, Sofia Chavez, who grounded back to Lipinski her first time up. Went off the glove of Lipinski, and she regrouped, got it again, and went over to first base. So Chavez 0 for 1. 241 on the year. Takes the ball, 1-0. Riley Gillespie to follow. 2 for 6 for Chavez last weekend against Santa Rosa. Lipinski delivers, and it's fouled back to the screen. 1-1. Felicia looks like she said the heck with it on that one and just threw it as hard as she could. Chavez with the foul ball back to the screen. And the first baseman has a count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Tinoco at first, Ferris at second. 2 outs here in the 4th. Popped up, right side, might get out of play, and it does on top of the dugout for the Beavers. No Spider-Man at first base, so I don't think even if Spider-Man was there, if he climbed on top of the dugout and caught it, I don't know if that would be considered a catch. Something to think about later on the drive home perhaps. More importantly, 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Chavez. Ground ball, first base. Adams can't get it, it's into right field. Come up throwing to the plate is offline. It's an RBI single, and it's now 2-1 in favor of the Beavers. That one found a hole in the right side. Ferris scored easily. Hunt came up throwing, but just a little bit too late. Tinoco's going to end up at third base. She is the potential tying run. Second hit for the 49ers, second hit in a row, and that'll bring up Riley Gillespie. Riley struck out looking her first time up. She's got a .270 batting average as the right fielder. So Beavers with 2 outs quickly here in the 4th, but then a walk and now a couple of hits, and Gillespie swings and misses. Some good at-bats by the 49ers, including that one by Sofia Chavez, singling to right field on 2 strikes. Gillespie fouls that one back to the screen, so it's quickly 0-2 on Riley. She takes her practice swings, almost got the catcher. Inadvertently, of course. Chloe Seipert on deck if Riley keeps it going here for the 49ers in the fourth. Swing and a miss. She is out on strikes. So Lipinski gets the strikeout, but not before the 49ers get on board. We'll go to the fifth inning. Beavers 2, 49ers 1.
Got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be, serious. But
just tweet it out and then don't really
run
respond.
away.
Yeah.
I think it happens to some of us. Maybe it sounds a little personal to you, but
I'm not. I didn't want me.
Yeah,
to
I don't
sound
know.
that
It just
way.
maybe sounds like that.
Generally,
fine.
Again, you're a very bright guy. You
Yeah.
see right into
Right
my
through
soul,
you.
my friend. That's why I have so many jobs, because people think I'm funny when they're driving home.
Top of inning number 5 from Camp Yuba on the campus of Yuba College in Marysville, California. I'm Mark the Phantom Lone. We've got a ball game here. Beavers 2 and the 49ers 1. Both teams scoring all their runs in the fourth inning. And as Stones McCoy pointed out, the Beavers that close to getting a shutdown inning, but give credit to the 49ers who came through with a couple of hits and a walk for a 2-out run to cut the margin in half. And here's Jill Theodoro, who took a call third strike her first time up. And then she's followed by the top of the order, Lipinski and Adams. Against Danny Ferris, who has struck out 7 through the first 4 innings, giving up 4 hits, 2 unearned runs. Theodoro hits a liner out to second base, and Pope is right there for the out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for the Beavers in the fifth, and here is Felicia Lipinski, who was flied to right field and struck out. The freshman is 0 for 2 in this one, comes in with an average of .383 with 5 home runs. Lipinski swings and misses. Bears working her upstairs, and Lipinski not getting around on it, and she's going to take a little walk and think about it and have a word with herself before she comes back into the batter's box for the second offering from Danny Ferris, the 23-game winner, NorCal Pitcher of the Year. Lipinski takes strike 2 call. Oh and 2 on Felicia. She hails off that one, does the freshman from Dixon. 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of inning number 5. Sun-drenched crowd out here at Camp Yuba. Lipinski takes outside, ball 2. 2 and 2. Lipinski fouls it off third base way. It's 2 and 2. Jersey Brown behind the plate for Danny Ferris. Lipinski fouls that one up, and a rise ball it looked like. Going after it. 2 and 2. It remains on Lipinski. Nice crowd out here on the Friday. Feels like Saturday afternoon. Saturday we'll get some softball. Tomorrow at noon will be game 2 of this series, and game 3 to follow if necessary right afterward. Lipinski takes call, strike 3. 8th strikeout for Ferris, and it'll bring up Kayla Adams, who was popped out to short and then struck out. So she is 0 for 2, is the second baseman from Rockland High, the sophomore. Comes in at 423, leading the team in average and in RBI with 40. Swings and misses at the first pitch. A little bit outside, chasing that one. 0-1 for Kayla Adams. 4 runs batted in last weekend against San Jose. Swings and misses at a ball upstairs, and it's 0-2. Ferris has given up 4 hits. The run scored on a throwing error by the shortstop back in the 4th inning. Quickly 0-2 on Kayla Adams. Watches that one outside and low. So it's 1-2. Jennifer Wiley to follow if Kayla can start something for the Beavers here in the 5th inning. They lead it 2-1. Adams takes it high and inside. Good take by Kayla Adams, evens the count up at 2-2. Outside ball 3. Adams thought about it, held off, works the count full with Wiley on deck. Adams is open to get something good to hit, and Ferris deciding how much she wants to grab at the plate here against Adams. Swings and fouls it, not able to be held by Brown, so Adams will get herself another chance. Seven sophomores, 9 freshmen on the Yuba College squad. Ferris, one of the sophomores, as is Jersey Brown. Adams fouls that one back to the screen. And will stay at 3 balls and 2 strikes against the Beavers' second baseman. Sizable Beaver contingent here. Shouting encouragement to Kayla Adams at the plate. Line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Nice job in left field to cut it off by Lamar. Adams going for 2. She'll slide in just ahead of the relay throw with a double. Boy, what an excellent play in left field by Lamar to cut that one off and keep it from going to the screen. But give Adams credit. She just kept on going. The cutoff from Golightly to Pope was just a little late. And Adams, with the 5th hit for the Beavers, worked that one count pretty well and brings up Jennifer Wiley, who's got a couple strikeouts so far today. She was 2 for 8 with an RBI over the weekend against San Jose. She comes in with a .336 average. Hits it hard to right field if that stays fair, but it's foul. Wiley put a lot behind that one, but it was foul. Gillespie out and right running it down. Hard to tell from our vantage point with the dugout kind of sticking out in the way how far that one finally hit. Gillespie playing pretty deep in right field, so if it was straightened out, she might have had a chance at it. But Wiley still with some pretty good contact for a strike one. She fouls that one back, and it's quickly 0-2 as Ferris gets ahead, as he had against most hitters today. Adams out at second base, 2 outs in the 5th. Wiley gets time. Ferris does take a while on the mound checking her bracelet and everything. And now here comes Coach Brian Ziva out to talk to his team, and everybody's going to just congregate around their coaches as Delgado calls a couple of people down to talk to her. Wiley and Adams coming in for a chat as the Miners or 49ers. Maybe I'll change them to 49ers is good. Anyway, they're all congregating on the mound or in center field where the right and left fielder have come in. Stones has always explained to me that's the left fielder that's the key in these situations because they're usually just off by themselves. But in this case, we got everybody congregating everywhere. And when we come back together, it'll still be 0-2 on Jennifer Wiley, but we'll all have visited a little bit, and everyone will feel better about themselves. Wiley, a freshman from Union Mine, has driven in 25 runs on the season. Number 26, Lumen Large, out at second base. Hits it high in the air to right field. Short, here comes Gillespie. It's a foul ball, and she won't get there. Lindsay Paredes in the on-deck circle. The third baseman is 1 for 2 today and has scored a run. So here comes Wiley again, still 0-2 on Jennifer. She takes until they opened Hometown Buffet. Right, he said it was just out of his reach, yeah. Okay, well, on Wiley. Line drive out to a shortstop. Over Galilei's head, base hit left field. Here comes Adams. The throw's going to be too late. Wiley comes through. The Beavers lead 3-1. Huge RBI for the Beavers right there as Wiley poked it over Galilei's head at shortstop. Lamar came in, but Adams with 2 outs running on contact scored easily, and here's Lindsay Paredes. That's the 6th hit for the Beavers against Ferris. And Paredes, who has 1 of the 6, back in the 4th inning, comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. There goes the runner. The throw is off line into center field. Wiley's going to stay there, though. Nice backup in center field by Vega. Wiley steals second easily, and Brown threw it, and there was nobody there for the 49ers, but fortunately for them, Vega right on the play in center field. And Wiley stays at second base. She now in scoring position for Lindsay Paredes, who took, was strike 1 on the call, according to my scoreboard operator. 2 outs here in the 5th. Lindsay takes eye outside. Oh, yeah, it was a strike because it was a wild swing so that Wiley, under the cover of the swing, could steal second, which was successful. Coach Delgado working the third base coaching box, working her magic over there. 1-1 on Lindsay Paredes. She has 11 home runs on the season. That's inside. It's going to hit in front of the plate. No, it did. It hit Paredes on the foot, which is kind of a bad break for the Beavers because Lindsay's swinging a good bat, but she'll go down to first base. Wiley is forced to stay at second, and she would have been at third, and here's Savannah Haynes. Savannah singled off the glove of Tinoco back in the second and fly to left, medium deep left field in the 4th. 2 for 6 with a couple of runs batted in last week for Savannah. She hits .235. So first and second, 2 outs. The Beavers have scored once here in the 5th. Haynes, a check swing. It's going to go back to Ferris, and she's got it over to first for the out. Beavers score once. We go to the bottom of the 5th. They are on top, 3-1.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Bottom of inning number 5 here at Camp Yuba, home of the Yuba College 49ers. The Beavers leading this one 2-1. We went through 3 scoreless innings, then excitement started as the Beavers scored twice in the top of the 4th. Yuba came back with a 2-out run in the bottom of the 4th to cut it to 2-1. Then the Beavers with a 2-out run in the top of the 5th on a Jennifer Wiley RBI single. Pushes it to 3-1. And the 49ers will send up 8, 9, and 1. That's Chloe Seipert, Lexi Vega, and Morgan Golightly here in inning number 5 against Felicia Lipinski, who's given up 2 hits, both of those in the 4th inning. The RBI single by Sofia Chavez doing the damage. Sophia's 16th run batted into the season. Seipert struck out back in the 3rd inning for her only appearance, so she is 0 for 1 in the day. Swing and miss. Lindsay Paredes at third, Savannah Haynes at short, Kayla Adams at second. At first, Addie Susag behind the plate, Jennifer Wiley. Theodoro in left, Williams in center, and Hunt in right is the defensive alignment for the Beavers with Felicia Lipinski on the mound. 0-1, she shows bunt and takes it inside and low, 1 ball and 1 strike. Seipert, 233 on the year. She does have a home run and has driven in 10, scored 9. Loops that one foul against the screen. So it's 1-2 on Chloe Seipert. She is a freshman, listed as shortstop and catcher. She is DPing today in this game 1. 1-2 pitches hit sharply out toward Haynes at short. Savannah moves back. Her throw is dropped at first base. Couldn't see if a throw was offline or if Susak just couldn't handle it. But it's an error for the Beavers. They're first of the game, and Seipert is on, and here is Lexi Vega. She grounded it out to second base her first time up. Haynes played that ball back, and she had it in plenty of time. Throw at first was going to be close. She would have had the runner, though. And here's Vega. Let's see if she's thinking about sacrificing with the top of the order coming up next. She does. It's outside for a ball, 1-0. Vega pops it up back to the screen. Jennifer Wiley a little bit late on the catch up on that one, but it didn't matter. You're not going to catch it off the screen anyway, so it's 1-1. Checking out with third base coach is Lexi Vega to see if the bunt is back on. Just in the bottom of the 5th inning here from Camp Yuba. He is back on. She bunts it right back to the mound. Lipinski is going to go to first. The sacrifice works as Seipert goes to second base. Nice job by Lexi Vega to move the runner along, and the top of the order is Morgan Golightly. Morgan has struck out and grounded back to Lipinski. Hit the ball pretty hard back to Lipinski back in the 3rd inning, but Felicia made the play. Seipert now out at second base with 1 out. Alyssa Pope is on deck.
We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do Automore 52859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
A lot of excitement there to end the 5th inning. We'll go to the 6th. It'll be Susak, Williams, and Hunt. We had a ground ball to Haynes. Haynes over to Susak for the out on Golightly. Then Seipert trying to get to third after the throw was made, and Susak delivered a strike over to Paredes. It looked like Seifert tried to slide around third base, and Paredes was able to drop the tag on her to complete the double play. Much needed for the Beavers. We go to the 6th inning, and they will send up Addie Susek, Kai Williams, and Kaylee Hunt against Danny Ferris, who has given up 6 hits and 3 runs in 5 innings. Only one of those runs was earned. She has struck out 7. And here's Addie Susek, who has a bunt single and a single. So she's 2 for 2 so far. Bunted where there was nobody in the 2nd inning, had a ground ball on the left side where there was nobody in the 4th inning, and scored the 2nd run for the Beavers in the inning. So Addie coming in 250, but she's contributed big time today. And she'll take high and outside on ball 1. Freshman out of Whitney, 0 for 7 with a pair of runs batted in last weekend against San Jose, already 2 for 2 in this one with a run scored. Her 8th of the season. Beavers 24-13-1 on the year. That's right down in there for a strike. Perfect location from Ferris to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Susek, check swing, did she go? I say no, they say no. When this guy asks for help and the other guy gives him the help, you don't want to argue with them. They just look like they know exactly what they're doing, which is comforting in today's world. 2 balls and 1 strike. And misses outside, 3-1. Beavers obviously trying to scratch out any run they can get here late in this one against a powerful Yuba College team. They've only lost 6 times all season, so they obviously know how to come from behind. 3-1 pitch, he went around on that one, 3-2. Might have been too high, but Susek committed herself to the swing, and it's a full count on Addie. She went around again on that one, and she is down on strikes. That's 9 strikeouts for Danny Ferris. Susek worked her to a good count, but then Addie couldn't figure out she wanted to commit to those high fastballs, and she goes down on strikes. And here's Kai Williams, who sacrificed and reached on an error back in the 4th on a graded bat. She pops that one up. Tinoco at third base will make the catch for the out. So 2 quick outs here for Ferris in the 6th inning. It'll bring up Kaylee Hunt, who struck out twice so far against Danny Ferris, once in the 2nd, once in the 4th. She is the right fielder for the Beavers today. She pops that one up, and Tinoco giving chase, and she can't get it. It hit the screen right above her head. Looked like she kind of jarred herself going into the fence, but she looks to be fine. So good news there. 0-1 on Hunt at the plate with Theodoro to follow. Hunt lines whack in the middle, base hit. Running up to slap, and that ball was right where she needed it to be. She comes through with a base hit, the 7th for the Beavers in this one. And Jill Theodoro will get up here in the 6th inning. She has struck out and lined out to second base. Left fielder out of Delaware, the freshman hitting 188 coming in, was 1 for 4 last weekend against San Jose. The Beavers won that series 2-0. 49ers won their series against 13th seed Santa Rosa 2-0. Theodoro takes a strike on the outside corner. Takes a look down at Coach Delgado. Line drive, but foul down the first base line. Oh, and 2 quickly on Jill with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. 49ers will have 2, 3, and 4. Pope, Brown, and Ferris in their half of the sixth. Teodoro pops that one out on a very high pitch, but she stays alive. Stones McCoy is going to go, he's going to actually do something. He's going to get the foul ball. What a guy. What a guy. He does it all. Kaylee Hunt down at first base, 2 outs here in the sixth. Teodoro swings and misses, and Ferris has her 10th strikeout. And we go to the bottom of inning number 6. Beavers on top, 3-1.
I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Moving along in the bottom of inning number 6, Beavers 3 and 49ers 1. Yuba will send up Alyssa Pope, Jersey Brown, and Danny Ferris 2, 3, and 4 against Felicia Lipinski, who was given up 2 hits and 1 run. All of that back in the 4th inning. Beavers pulled out an unlikely double play to bail her out in the 5th inning. And now Pope will be the hitter. She's walked and grounded to second. Has Alyssa hitting .256 on the season. Alyssa, another sophomore for the 49ers, coached by Brian Siva, the NorCal Coach of the Year. And here's Pope against Lipinski. First pitch is no good, ball 1. A little bit too high, I imagine. One and 0. That one misses as well, 2-0. Lipinski may not have agreed with that call by the umpire, but nonetheless, it's 2 balls and no strikes on Pope. It looks like that one is hit foul down the first base line. Pope kind of had a look in there because she gave the impression that 2-0 she was going to wait and take a strike, and then when one came, she was ready to swing, but just a little bit behind it, and it's 2-1 on Alyssa. 12 runs batted in, 24 runs scored for the second baseman, 1 for 6 last weekend against Santa Rosa. She did have a run scored. Swings and misses at that one from Lipinski, evens it up at 2-2. Jersey Brown waits on deck. Little blooper out towards second. Adams on the tap, going to flip it over to first to Susak. It looked like they almost were getting a little confused who was catching and who was covering or whatever, but it worked out okay for the Beavers on the right side. And here's Jersey Brown with 1 out in the 6th. Brown has reached on a fielder's choice and grounded out to shortstop. .484 on the season for Jersey Brown, the sophomore catcher. She takes the ball down low. Danny Ferris on deck, and then Tinoco. 484, 457, and 448 in a row here for the 49ers. Brown chops it off the glove of Lipinski. Haynes has it, takes her time, over to first in time. What a play at first base. Haynes, that'll be a 1-6-3 putout for the Beavers as it was off Lipinski's glove. Haynes has taken her time out there at shortstop. And Brown, as we said earlier in the game, gets down the line very quickly. But she is just out at first base for the second out. Danny Ferris, who has struck out and walked and scored the only run for the 49ers at the plate. She fouls that one back. She came up with 2 outs in the 4th inning, worked the walk, and then Tinoco and Chavez followed with singles for Chavez to score that run. She's up here with 2 outs now in the 6th inning. Lipinski 0-1 on Danny Ferris. 4:57 on the season. Swings and fouls that one off the glove of Wiley. But it's only the second strike, so it doesn't really matter. Ferris worked herself out of a hole back in the 4th to eventually get that base on balls. 0-2 pitch. Inside, that's a good-looking pitch from up here, but again, I don't have the best angle, but good-looking pitch by Lipinski. The 49er fan next to me says way to lay off, so I have to go with what she's saying. She seems like an honest person. 1-2 now. Swing and a miss off speed pitch, got her on strikes. Great inning for the Beavers. 1-2-3. We go to the 7th. They're on top, 3-1.
Got dragged there, and I didn't. He's an actor. Oh crap! Who cares?
You got the rest of your life to be, serious. But
just tweet it out and then don't really
run away.
I think it happens to some of us. Maybe it sounds a little personal to you, but
I'm not. I didn't want me.
Yeah,
to
I don't
sound
know.
that
It just
way.
maybe sounds like that.
Generally,
fine.
Again, you're a very bright guy.
Yeah.
You see right into
Right
my
through
soul,
you.
my friend. That's why I have so many jobs, because people think I'm funny when they're driving home.
Top of inning number 7 from Camp Yuba on the campus of Yuba College in Marysville, California. We might have a new pitcher. Checking this out here as we are getting some conversations going on. I think that is got a number. I think that's Daniel Benson, number 14, who's come on. Hopefully Ferris didn't hurt herself when she was at bat, but it'll be Benson, the right-hander, number 14, taking over for Danny Ferris. Ferris 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Just one of them was earned. I don't think she hit a batter. I don't think she walked anybody. Ten strikeouts for Ferris, but Benson will take over. So Lipinski will start off against the new pitcher, Benson. Lipinski has struck out twice and flied out. We have a time on the field. We also have a new catcher, it looks like. Trying to get a number, tough to do. Number 5, maybe? Eve Neal. That's what I'm going with for right now, Eve Neal behind the plate. Benson delivers outside. So Neal the catcher and Benson the pitcher. Beavers lead at 3-1. Imagine both players would bat if their spot came up again. Lipinski takes ball 2. Two and 0 on Lipinski. Ball 3. She's followed by Kayla Adams and Jennifer Wiley for the Beavers. Those two collaborated on that big run back in the 5th inning with 2 outs, a double by Adams and a single by Wiley. Lipinski takes a strike, so it's 3-1. So Danny Ferris goes 6 innings, and now it's Danielle Benson taking over on the mound for Coach Brian Siva and the 49ers. 3-1 to Felicia Lipinski. Ball 4. So Felicia goes down to first base with nobody out, and that will bring up Kayla Adams. Usually you think about sacrificing in this situation. I don't know if you do so with Kayla Adams. She has popped out short, struck out, and rifled a double down the left field line. That was back in the 5th inning, and she scored a run. She's 4 for 10 in the playoffs so far, and she's up here against Benson with Lipinski at first base. There goes Lipinski. Neal's throw is going to be too late, and Lipinski goes in head first. The pitch was called, thought it might have been outside, but let's see. It is called a strike, so it's 0-1. Thank you, Mr. Home Plate Umpire, for giving me that answer so promptly as Adams waits. Adams takes low. Nice play by Neal to keep that one from going to the backstop, but Lipinski with a pretty big secondary lead out at second base. Beavers lead at 3-1. We're in the 7th. Adams takes it, and Neal again with a nice scoop. 2-1 now on Kayla Adams. 49ers with Tinoco, Chavez, and Gillespie, 5, 6, and 7, due up in their half of the 7th inning. Adams lines it down the left field line. That is a fair ball. Lipinski will score easily. Adams will motor into second, is running it down as Lamar Adams is thinking third. But the ball comes in. It's an RBI double, and the Beavers now lead it 4-1. Second hit of the day for Adams. Her first run batted in. That's RBI number 41 for Kayla. She is at second base with nobody out. Beavers up 4-1, and Jennifer Wiley, who had a couple of strikeouts, then came through with a huge RBI single in the 5th inning with 2 outs against Ferris. So she's 1 for 3. Her second RBI of the postseason, and she takes the ball from Benson. Wiley comes in at 3:36. Wiley takes the ball. 2-0. Cheyenne Lamar is warming up in the pen for the 49ers. Wiley takes the ball. Lamar was 7-2 on the season, so she's seen some action on the hill for Yuba College. 3-0 now on Wiley. Nobody out here in the 7th. 1 run in for the Beavers. Wiley takes a strike, 3-1. I think the umbrella count's over, probably 15. Chopper down the first baseline, handled by Chavez. It'll move the runner to third, and the out is recorded as Chavez steps at first base. Wiley is retired. Now Adams at third with just 1 out, and here's Lindsay Paredes, who is grounded to short, singled, and been hit by a pitch. Obviously big run here for the Beavers. Obviously all of them are. But when you got them at third base with less than 2 out, you want to capitalize on that. Paredes, who has 38 runs batted in, trying to make it 39 here with Adams at third. She takes the ball inside. Good location by Benson on that one. I think she had Paredes looking outside. She put it inside, but just a little bit too far inside. One 1-0. Lindsay lines it to left field, base hit. That'll score a run. It bounces past the left fielder, goes all the way to the fence. Paredes is rounded second. She's going to go for third. The throw will be too late, and she'll stand at third with an RBI. The Beavers have scored twice here in the 7th. They lead at 5-1. It's a single and an error on the left fielder. Second error of the game for the 49ers, and they'll bring up Savannah Haynes. Paredes all over that one and delivers the base hit down the line. Bounced up on the left fielder, who is not Lamar, because Lamar is warming up, so he had a different left fielder, probably maybe Seipert, the DP, but got to check that and make sure. Savannah Haynes at the plate. She has singled, fly to left, and grounded back to the pitcher on the check swing. She has Paredes down at third and just one out here in the seventh inning. Swings and fouls one off. A good cut at that one, did Savannah. 0-1. Beavers with 2 in the fourth and 1 in the fifth, and now 2 in the seventh to counter Yuba's 1 run in the bottom of the fourth on the RBI single by Sofia Chavez. Savannah fouls that one off, bounces off, hits Neal on the hand. Oh, she's all right. Quickly 0-2 for Benson here against Haynes with Addie Susag to follow. Beavers with 9 hits in the game now. Haynes hits it into the hole, off the glove of Golightly, into left field. It's an RBI single for Haynes. The Beavers have scored 3 times in the inning, and they lead it 6-1. That'll bring up Addie Susag. So Susag, who has a couple of singles and a strikeout so far today, takes that one inside for a ball. 1-0. Haynes at first base. Still just 1 out for the Beavers. They've scored 3 times in the inning. Bunted back to the pitcher. Benson to first base for the out. The sacrifice is successful. Throw behind the runner at second, not in time. It's a sacrifice for Susak to move the runner to second base, and it'll bring up Kai Williams. Williams with a huge at-bat in the fourth inning. She sacrificed in the second. Then she got down in the count early, fouled off, got to 2-2, fouled off about 4 or 5 pitches, then hit a ground ball to shortstop. Put some pressure on Golightly. The throw was too high. 2 runs scored. That was the first 2 runs of the game. Williams not only kept the at bat alive, but she used her speed to get Golightly to try to hurry the throw. She has a 1-ball, no strike count here. Good looking pitch in there for a strike, 1-1. Danielle Benson, a freshman, getting a little seasoning here, pitching in the Super Regionals, Game 1. Game 2 tomorrow at noon. Williams fouls that one over by the on-deck circle of the 49ers. Scoreboard says 2-1. I'm waiting to see that corroborated by the home plate umpire. First, we're going to have the first base coach come down and see if Kylie might have done something. Checking the left arm. You don't have a lot of players here, Kylie, so. Coach Delgado comes down. Out of the dugout, we got people converging on her. Obviously a critical defensive component, the center fielder. And gets the comforting words from Coach Delgado, which were, "You're my center fielder, you better be okay." That's, I don't read lips or anything, that's just what I'm thinking, she said. 1-2 on Kai. Popped it up, center field coming on, and makes the catch as Vega in center field. So the Beavers scored 3 times in the seventh. They go to the bottom of the seventh, trying to close this one out as they lead it 6-1.
Oh, I love baking. I've been doing it my whole life. Grateful Bread was started because I needed the job. It always used to seem like bread was just an afterthought, and which was always kind of disappointing. But now, as not only people, foodies and people eating, they're expecting better quality, and people notice it, they can see it.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadiums. Loaded with fun for the whole family, local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of inning number 7, Beavers put 3 in on the board in the top of the inning. They've opened up a little bit of breathing room, but never enough. 6-1 is our score. Aaliyah Tanaka will be the first hitter, then Sophia Chavez and Riley Gillespie, 5, 6, and 7 for the 49ers. Tanaka with a strikeout and a single in this one, 1 for 2. The third baseman at .448 on the season, 7 home runs and 29 batted in. Swing and miss at a high fastball from Lipinski. Lipinski has gone 6 innings, given up 2 hits, 1 run. She has struck out 7 and walked 2. Line drive in left field, a base hit. Tinoco also adds the most impressive bat fling I've seen in a while. That one almost went into the Beavers dugout. And she has her second hit. That's the third hit of the day for the 49ers. And it will bring up number 2, Sylvia Chavez, who has grounded out to the pitcher and bounced a base hit into right field back in the 4th, which was an RBI single for the 49ers. She swings and misses at that one. So Sophia 1 for 2 with the RBI, her 16th. She has Tinoco at first base with nobody out here in the 7th. Line drive into left center. That's a base hit. Cut off by Williams. The throw comes to third, allowing Chavez to go into second base. So a single and a double for the Miners here in the 7th inning. Like to see that ball come into second base to keep the force on, and they're going to have a little chat at the mound with Felicia Lipinski, who just doubled her hit output that she's allowed for the game in the last 2 batters. Riley Gillespie will be the next hitter. Beavers lead at 6-1, but 49ers definitely not going down easy. As a single by Tinoco, then a sharp double by Chavez, who now has 2 hits in the game. Beavers congregating all over the place, chatting, trying to get things together. Right fielder Kaylee Hunt, the only one who's not in a combo. Or a conclave, I guess is fashionable to say these days. And here's Gillespie, who struck out twice so far. First one is in there for a strike, going 1. Pop that one up. It is a foul ball. Hustling down to first was Gillespie. That ball might have hit her. She's in foul territory, so it's a foul ball, 0-2. Gillespie 270 on the season with 11 runs batted in, 0 for 2 so far today, so 1 for 7 in the postseason, including last weekend against San Jose. Swing and a miss. No, it's a foul ball. Looked like a miss, but no, foul ball, so Gillespie stays alive. Jennifer Wiley's going to say, hey, I don't know about that ball. I think we got to get that thing out of here. The umpire we've talked about is reticent to do that. Says, yep, I think you're right. Well, we'll do it again at 0-2. Chloe Seipert on deck. Then Lexi Vega for the 49ers. Line drive. That is a fair ball down the left field line. 2 runs will score, and going into second is Gillespie. Three straight hits, 2 runs for the 49ers here in the 7th. The Beavers opened up a little bit of breathing room, but The 49ers coming right back as Gillespie's line drive perfectly placed down the left field line. And doing it on 2 strikes as well. Chloe Seipert is the next scheduled hitter. It is actually number 22. That's Samantha Pinkham coming on. So Samantha Pinkham going to come on. She is hitting .254 on the season, 9 RBIs and 8 runs scored. She'll bat for Seipert. She'll take a strike on the outside corner. Gillespie at second, 2 runs in. Nobody out here in the 7th. Pinkham hitting for Seipert, who was 0 for 2. Swing and a miss by Pinkham. Lexi Vega on deck, and then the top of the order. They can turn around and get it down to Jersey Brown and Danny Ferris again. That's trouble for the Beavers. 0-2. Fouled off down the right field line, out of play. Had 2 strikes on a couple of hitters, and the 49ers have come through with 2 strike hits. 2 strike extra base hits in the case of Gillespie and Chavez. And it's 0-2 on Pinkham. Swing and a miss, and Pinkham is down on strikes. Bring up Lexi Vega. The center fielder has grounded to second and sacrificed. Hit the ball sharply back in the 2nd inning, right at Kayla Adams, then sacrificed in the 5th. That's high for a ball. Pops out of Wiley's glove, but Jennifer's right there to snag it. And Gillespie has to stay close at second base. Gillespie's runs batted in, her 12th and 13th of the season. Line drive, right field line, base hit. Coming on, it bounces off the glove of Hunt in right field, so Gillespie will score. The ball comes into second base. 3 runs across for the Miners here in the 7th. RBI going to go to Vega. And it's 6-4 in favor of the Beavers. In the top of the order, Morgan Golightly coming to the plate. Vega picks up her 10th run batted in the season. The Beavers put up 3 in the top of the 7th. Came into the bottom of the 7th with a 6-1 lead, but Tinoco singled, Chavez doubled, Gillespie doubled after a strikeout by the pinch hitter Pinkham. Vega comes through with an RBI single. And Morgan Golightly, who struck out, grounded out at the plate. Behind her is Alyssa Pope and then Jersey Brown. Lipinski, 2 hits allowed before this inning. Through 6, she had allowed 2 and 4 hits in this inning already. The Beavers still up 6-4, 1 out here in the inning. Golightly fouls that out of play. Goes up against the screen. I was looking for it to go over to those tennis courts without any nets. But it's the screen, it's 0-1. Golightly 308 on the season, 20 runs batted in. Pops that one in the same spot, just about 0-2. But again, 2 strike hits are what the 49ers are made of here in the 7th inning. Alyssa Pope in the on-deck circle, the second baseman, number 2 hitter. Popped out of play again, just about the same spot, a little bit higher on the screen. Beaver fans were loud in the top of the inning, and not so loud here in the bottom as they see the 49ers with 4 hits and 3 runs. Swinging a foul ball off the glove of the catcher Wiley, and I think maybe off the helmet is Jennifer as well. So we're going to have a minute here while she collects her thoughts. And she seems to do that quite quickly. Joshing with the coach coming out. Says, I didn't really feel it. You know it's nothing if they don't do the finger thing. Oh and 2 as we're getting ready to bring her back in. Gillespie will come back in the, Golightly will come back in the batter's box. Gillespie will go back to second base. Oh, Gillespie scored a long time ago. What am I talking about? Vega's at first base. It's a long day and it's warm. 0-2 on Golightly. Grounder up the middle. Into center field for a base hit. Coming on is Williams, and she'll retrieve it. So another 2-out, 2-strike hit for the Miners. That's their 5th hit of the inning, and that'll bring up Alyssa Pope with Jersey Brown to follow. Great 2-strike hitting by Golightly. And here's Pope, who has grounded second twice and walked. Jersey Brown on deck. She will re-enter for Neal in order to bat. Strike down the middle to Pope. 0-1. Alyssa 256 on the season. Walked back in the first, then grounded to second in the fourth and the sixth. Hit the ball sharply both times. She bunts it down the third baseline, foul. Not a bad play. Even if they get her out at first base, that would be a sacrifice, and it would be 2 outs, but it'd bring Jersey Brown up with a chance to tie the game with a base hit. But it's a foul ball, so it's 0-2 on Alyssa Pope. Oh, I keep wanting to call Riley, and I shouldn't really do that. That's off the glove, and we'll move on the runners to second and third. The tying run is now at second base after that wild pitch. One ball now and 2 strikes on Riley Pope. Swing and a miss. She's out on strikes. So it's up with Jersey Brown coming back in to hit for Neal, who took her spot behind home plate back in the top of the 7th, which seems a long time ago. Jersey is hit it to a fielder's choice, grounded to short, and grounded off the pitcher glove to short. So she's grounded to short basically twice. And she's hitting .484, and she's driven in 20 runs. She takes inside, I imagine. No, I don't know what. Umpire said safe, so I believe that means she didn't swing. That's what I'm going to go with until someone tells me something better. Danny Ferris on deck. 1-0 on Brown. Check swing, it's down low. Two outs, 2 on. Beavers up by 2. We're in the 7th. Jersey Brown .484 with a home run and 20 batted in on the season. She has a 2-0 count. Lines it into left field. That's a base hit. Throw to the plate is going to be too late. We are tied up at 6. Went in with a 5-run lead into the 7th inning. The Beavers could not hold it. 6 hits for the Miners. I'll call them 49ers. And Brown delivers the base hit to left field, and that'll bring Ferris back up in the spot for Benson. Ferris has struck out twice and walked. She's got Brown at first base. The last time these two teams met, it was extra innings, but it was 3-2. This is not the way this one looked like, as the Beavers came into the 7th inning ahead 6-1, and Lipinski had only given up 2 hits. Tinoco, Chavez, Gillespie, Vega, Golightly, and Brown with base hits in the inning. And here's Ferris. That's down low for a ball. Tinoco on deck. She started it all. Ferris pops it up. That's going to get out of play. I think it does. Into the stands, backed up by Stones McCoy in case he's needed. But they handled that one well in the stands over there. 1-1 on Ferris. 10 home runs on the season. 50 runs batted in. Swings and misses. 1-2. Ninth batter of the inning for the 49ers. Swing and a miss. Got her on strikes. But we'll play some more baseball. 5 runs in the inning for the 49ers. We go to the 7th. We are all tied at 6.
Hi, I'm Monica from Ace Body Shop in Towne. We are a family-oriented business. We've been in business for over 30 years. We are located downtown Lincoln at 333 Lincoln Boulevard in Lincoln, California. We do automotive repair and 24-hour towing. Our phone number is 916-645-2859, or you can find us on the web.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of inning number 8 here as we're going to play some more softball. I'm just chatting with Stones Point. Probably could hear that since Riley didn't tell me to turn my microphone off. But we were just so amazed at the comeback and the hitting, the clutch hitting for the 49ers. As Lipinski had given up 2 hits through 6 innings and came through, they had 6 hits in that inning, including the 2-run single by Jersey Brown with 2 outs to tie the game. So now Ferris is back in. Imagine Brown is back in as well behind the plate. Ferris is back in on the mound for Benson. And we'll start off with Kaylee Hunt, then Jill Theodoro, and the top of the order, Felicia Lipinski. As the 49ers, give them all the credit, come back from the brink of defeat and string together a 5-run 7th inning to send us to extra frames. We said the extra frames the last time these two teams played. 3-2 was the score in favor of the 49ers. Mark the Phantom Low here, along with Riley the engineer. Stones McCoy is making me talk to him between innings. Hunt is struck out twice and singled. She chops that one foul down the third base line. Jill Theodoro is on deck to bat after Kaylee, and then Lipinski. 8-9-1 for the Beavers here in the top of the 8th inning. Game 2 of this series tomorrow at noon. Game 3 to follow right after if necessary. Hunt takes a ball, 1-1. Ferris with 6 innings pitched her first time through. And now she'll resume here with a chance to get the win after all. Hunt takes a ball. Unsingled back in the 6th inning against Ferris after striking out the first 2 times. 2 balls, 1 strike on Kaylee. Takes ball 3. Freshman out of Bella Vista. Leading off here in the top of inning number 8. Best of 3 series in the Super Regional to get to the state tournament, which starts on Thursday. Danny Ferris, the right-hander on the mound, 3-1 pitch, and it is swung on and missed by Hunt. 3-2. Grounder out toward shortstop. That's going to be a tough play, and she'll beat it out at first base easily. Kaylee Hunt with the slap hit, her second hit of the game. Hit number 11 for the Beavers. Number 2 for her, and Jill Theodoro will come up to the plate. I think she might be trying to drop the ball down, although the way the 49ers came back with 5 runs, I don't know if one's going to do all that much, but we'll see how Coach Delgado decides to play with Theodoro, who was struck out twice and lined out to second base. Top of the order, Felicia Lipinski on deck. Theodoro shows bunt, bunts it right out in front of the plate. Catcher picks it up, Brown throws it to first, and the sacrifice is successful for Theodoro. She moves Kaylee Hunt to second base with 1 out and brings up Lipinski, who has struck out twice, flied out, and walked. The first 3 at-bats, the fly out and the 2 strikeouts were against Danny Ferris. Felicia, the freshman out of Dixon, hitting .383 coming in. She was 3 for 6 last weekend, 0 for 3 so far with a run scored today, and she's got Hunt at second base. Shows 2 outs on the scoreboard, just 1 out. J-Dog still back home doing the scoreboard, going, that would never happen if I was doing the scoreboard. And they refuse to change it, so they're going to just go with the 2 outs theory. And the umpire says, no, I'm not good with that. I need the 1 out theory. He says, that's a critical piece of information. I need that to be correct. He's informed they're working on it. Technically, they're working on it. He said, let's play. And we all know how many outs there are. Lipinski check swing foul ball down the third baseline. Tinoco will run it down. So it's 0-1 on Felicia. She's followed by Kayla Adams. Hunt at second. 1 out here in the 8th. Popped up left side. Here comes Vega in from center field. The shortstop goes out. Vega makes the catch from center field. The throw gets away in the infield. They're going to move Hunt over to third base on an errant throw. And she is at third base with 2 outs and Kayla Adams at the plate. Jennifer Wiley to follow. Adams popped out and struck out, then has delivered a couple of doubles her last 2 times up with an RBI and 2 runs scored. First of those doubles was in the 5th inning against Danny Ferris. 2 outs, 1 on here in the 8th. Adams takes high. I wonder if they're going to give her too much to hit here. And here comes Ryan Siva out there to talk about probably just that with Danny Ferris. Now, Wiley came through with a clutch RBI single against Ferris back in the 5th, but odds are you're going to take your chances with her rather than Adams, who's 90 points ahead of her in batting average and a lot more power as well. So we'll see how they play it. Hunt still at third base with 2 outs here in the top of inning number 8. Game 1 of the best of 3 Super Regional. One of 4 Super Regionals taking place around Northern California. Looks like San Mateo beat Hartnell in the first game of their series 3-0. Modesto with the win over Monterey Peninsula 6-2, and West Valley, the top seed, all over Fresno City 9-1. So this is the final north section game going, which you kind of think it was, as we're in the top of the 8th inning of a 6-6 affair. So 1-0 on Kayla Adams, and we'll find out what Coach Siva decides how to pitch to the right-handed second baseman. Probably with this pitch here. Pitcher right across the plate and fouled right back. So going right at Kayla Adams, and Kayla with a good cut. Not solid contact. 1 ball and 1 strike. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the 49ers in their half of the 8th. That's Tinoco, Chavez, and Gillespie. Adams lines it to left field. That is a base hit. That'll go all the way to the fence. She's going to have her 3rd straight double, and the Beavers are back on top. It's 7-6. Adams just drilled the ball 3 straight times now down to that left field corner. And Jennifer Wiley will come to the plate with the Beavers back on top. Adams now 3 for 5. She is 6 for 12 in the regional play. And now has 6 runs batted in regional play. And here's Wiley. A couple of strikeouts, a ground out, and an RBI single for Jennifer. And she takes a strike. She blooped one out over the head of Golightly at shortstop in the 5th inning with a key run. 0-1 now on Wiley. It's a chopper out towards shortstop. Golightly has it to first base, gets her by a step. Beavers score once in the top of the 8th. They go in with a lead again. Didn't work out so well last time. Bottom of the 8th, Beavers 7, 49ers 6.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miller.
And we'd like to invite you to come see all that Miller's Ace Hardware has to offer and to give our happy and helpful staff a chance to earn your business.
Whatever project you're working on, from lawn and garden to home repairs, you'll find everything you need at the new Miller's Ace Hardware. Power tools from the best name brands, and one of the largest selections of barbecues and barbecue accessories featuring brands like Traeger, Weber, and Big Green Egg. And if you're looking to freshen things up, visit the paint studio featuring Clark and Kensington, Benjamin Moore, and Magnolia Home by Joanna Gaines. Miller's Ace Hardware, where customer and community service meet. Located on the corner of Madison and Fair Oaks, behind the Ferrari building.
Beavers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us to schedule your service today.
Bottom of inning number 8 here from Camp Yuma on the campus of Yuba College, or Camp Yuba, I guess is what it is. I got it from the ticket taker early in the game. That's who told me what the name of it was. It'll be Aaliyah Tinoco, Sophia Chavez, and Riley Gillespie, who started off the rally in the bottom of the 7th. They'll be starting off the bottom of the 8th for the 49ers, who trailed this one 7-6. Wiley joins us late after being the last out of the inning. She throws down to second base on a hop, and we are ready to go. Tinoco, who has a couple of hits and a strikeout in this one. She has been a tough out. 2 for 3 as we fits her .448 average. She struck out in the second inning, but then singled in the 4th and singled and scored in the 7th. She started the 5-run rally that kept this game going for the 49ers in the bottom of the 7th inning. They came in trailing 6-1. So here's Tinoco. Lipinski trying to shake off the 5 runs on 6 hits in the 7th inning. Tinoco swings and fouls it back to the screen. 0-1. Tinoco, a sophomore. 7 sophomores on the Yuba College roster. Takes that one a little bit outside for a ball. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Check swing, she did not go, so it's 2-1 on Tinoco. Opening up here in the bottom of inning number 8. Beavers on top 7-6. Adams with the RBI double in the top of the inning to give them the lead. Swing and a miss. Goes back to the backstop. 2-2. Jennifer Wiley's been back there a long time. Over 2 hours, a very warm day here at Yuba College. It's 2-2 now on Tinoco, and we talked about what clutch 2-strike hits they were getting in the 7th. Beavers are open. It doesn't happen again in the 8th. Popped up right field. That is Hunt underneath it. She'll make the catch for the first out. So Tinoco is retired on a fly ball to Kaylee Hunt in right field. They'll bring up Sophia Chavez, who's been really a tough out for the Beavers today. Chavez grounded out in the 2nd, but then an RBI single in the 4th and a double in the 7th to really give fuel to the fire for the 49ers to get that rally going. Swings and misses at the first pitch from Lipinski. 0-1. Riley Gillespie on the on-deck circle. Swing and a miss again, 0-2. Showing it outside, putting it outside, 1-2. I love the fence. He perfectly hit the target, but the target was about a foot outside, so 1-2. Line down the right field line. Hunt going after it. Diving try, and it's a foul ball. You know it's going to go down there. That's the one spot on the field we can't really see with the dugout in the way. but saw the umpire call foul ball, and that's what's important. Good contact on that one by Chavez. As we said, it's been a tough out all day with a couple of hits. And an RBI, her 16th of the season. Came in at 241, but swinging the bat much better than that would indicate. 1-2 on Sophia Chavez. Watches that one outside. Again, hitting the target, but the target's outside. 2-2. 2-2. Foul back to the screen. Wiley has to retrieve it. Jennifer could use I'd say the sauna, the hot tub, something after the game. A long time to be behind the plate. Still 2-2 now on Chavez. Beautiful looking pitch, ball 3. Just misses outside, must have been outside. Again, we're a little off center behind home plate. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Chavez. Popped up on the infield, Lipinski calling, and she'll make the catch for the out. That could have been trouble communication-wise, but Lipinski had it all the way, and now it's up to Riley Gillespie, who had a critical 2-run double in the 7th inning, and she struck out twice before that, but she came bouncing back from those 2 at-bats to deliver big time in that 7th inning. Her 12th and 13 RBIs of the season, and she's up here now with 2 outs and nobody on in the 8th, and her team trailing by 1.
Let's go, Riley!
Swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1 on Gillespie. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 0-2. Beavers outfield playing deep. Playing Gillespie, giving her some room in left center where she put it last time. Outside again. If they just put that waste pitch on the corner, it would be perfect. But it misses by a considerable amount, makes it 1-2. Popped up, foul ball. Stones McCoy climbs the fence, can't make the play. The inner fence. He didn't climb the fence of the tennis courts with no nets. He climbed the inner fence, the wrought iron fence. He's helping any way he can, though. He doesn't help the broadcast, so he goes and gets foul balls. It's a good team player. Here's the 1-2. That's down low for a ball, 2-2. Two and 2 on Gillespie. Popped it up, foul out of play. Stones McCoy does not make the play because it stayed inside the screen. Trying to see who is on deck. If it's, looks like it's Cheyenne Lamar, I think, on deck. We'll find out. 2-2 on Gillespie. Piles it back to the screen. Lipinski throwing that one for all she was worth, and Gillespie spoils it. Riley was 1 for 5 last weekend, 1 for 3 today with the 2 runs batted in.
Let's go, Riley!
2-2 pitch to Gillespie. Chopped foul. A lot of batters on both teams really keeping counts alive in this ball game today against 2 of the top pitchers in the northern area. In fact, Danny Ferris, the top pitcher in the northern area, and Felicia Lipinski not far behind. But the hitters are up to the task here. Still 2-2 on Riley Gillespie. Popped up left side. Paredes, foul territory. She's got it. The Beavers win the game. 1-2-3 in the 8th. Our final score, Beavers 7 and the 49ers 6. Beavers with 2 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and 3 in the 7th. They went into the bottom of the 7th with a 6-1 lead. The 49ers came back with 5, tied it up, and our player of the game, Kayla Adams, comes through with her 3rd double and 2nd RBI in the 8th inning to win it for the Beavers. Our final score, American River College 7, Yuba College 6. Game 2 of this series. Beavers just need 1 more to get to the state tournament. Game 2 of this series tomorrow at noon. For Mark the Phantom Lowe, for Riley the Engineer, for Stones McCoy, the director and producer of this telecast. Thanks very much for watching. We'll talk to you next time.
just a human in this life. I'm not the one to tell you live right.